7 o'clock. Time for the interactive part of the show, and let's get into the question of the day. I can already see so many comments coming on to this one. And Sakina, this is what we're asking this morning.
Indeed. So we're asking you, do you believe that political parties and, of course, individual campaign funding should be made public? What are your views on this and why? At Morning Live SABC is where you can get in touch. Please send us those views, and would really love to get through them, as many of them, and share them as we can throughout the 3 hours.
All right, looking forward to that one. So next up, let's have a look at the stories of the day. So this is the Diary. A company director arrested for allegedly defrauding the UIF of over 3 million rand will appear in the Malumulele Magistrates Court in Limpopo later this morning. She allegedly claimed funds on behalf of 242 former expanded public works program workers and then didn't pay them.
As I say, former MEC responsible for human settlements in the Free State province, Mosebenzi Zwane, is expected to once again give testimony at the Commission of Inquiry into allegations of state capture when it resumes this morning.
All right, here are those numbers once again. So just a quick glimpse at them. South Africa standing at 692,471 infections. The total number of deaths is at 17,780. Now the recoveries, 623,765, which means the active cases in South Africa are at 50,926.
And those information numbers once more, COVID Alert SA, you can download the app or you can call the 24-hour hotline on 0800 029 999. Alternatively, use the official WhatsApp service on 0600 123 456.
All right, on to trending topics now, and this is a very disturbing one to wake up to, I must say, and it's just getting more and more traction as the day goes by. To be honest with you, it's got nothing to do with Wimpy. It has to do with a tweet. I hope we've got it, but yes, this is the tweet that has now caused people to question what it is that we're thinking as a society. This is what this Twitter account had to say. This lady, it's a photograph of her with her Twitter handle Shokwake, that's what it is. It says, "Today I had breakfast at Wimpy Clearwater Mall. A waiter by the name of No Matter from Zimbabwe came to serve us at our table. I politely told her that I want to be served by a South African. Normalize refusing to be served by aliens. Hashtag put South Africans first." Goodness gracious me. Okay, so that is the tweet that has now gotten so many people speaking. She's even replied to it. She says, "How now I've just woke up to see," this was just a half an hour ago, "to see that I'm still being attacked for politely asking to be served by a South African in my country using my money. I'm unapologetic about that. I will do it again. In fact, I encourage all patriotic South Africans to normalize this."
You see, the lines are very fine here. Because, Shokwake, let me ask you this. How is that different from someone saying, "I do not want to be served by a black waiter. Can you send a white waiter my way?"
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Yeah, you're quite right, actually.
If you have, and there is an issue of South African companies employing people who are in the country illegally, that needs to be dealt with, but it needs to be dealt with through the proper channels, making sure that companies are held accountable, making sure that our porous borders are taken care of, etc., etc. But for you to, just say to someone, "I don't want to be served by you because of a certain prejudice," that's not on.
It's frightening.
Totally not on.
I have a lot to say about it as well. We just don't have time. But for me, that is just unacceptable. We cannot have that mindset. We really, really can't. That's not what we stand for.
That is xenophobic.
Yeah.
If ever
there is xenophobia,
very often we get the lines crossed in terms of when people just say something and then they are labeled xenophobic when in fact it is not. But this is.
Yeah. All right. I'm no doubt you'll want to speak more about that. Let's quickly move on, though, because we do have the Minister waiting for us, Patricia de Lille. We'll be talking to her in a few minutes' time. I just want to go through the rest of them. COVID-19 SA. This is a big trending topic. People are talking to this for various reasons. Obviously, day 200 is where we find ourselves as lockdown. We saw quite an increase on the numbers on Saturday night. I think it came in almost close on 2,500 new infections. The death rate is being steady over 100, sometimes hitting 130 in a day. And, when you sort of, especially over weekends, you see people going out and many concerned, no masks, living life like there isn't a global pandemic. But, this is obviously the trend that's been going on. And just on a side note, it's important to have a look at those numbers constantly coming in. Over the weekend, this was on Saturday, it was shown that there were 383,359 new cases of coronavirus worldwide. On that Saturday, this was on Saturday this weekend, the biggest daily increase since the pandemic began. So we really need to just be vigilant with what you do. Not saying don't go and live and do what you can, but please be vigilant as you do go about your way.
And then, of course, finally, after hashtag Lakers, and the Lakers, of course, winning the NBA championship against the Heat, and trending on all sorts of fronts. King James there, LeBron James, also Kobe Bryant, and chants of Kobe going up. And yes, just any Lakers player, that name is trending right now.
Indeed. That was what we woke up to this morning, and then suddenly you started seeing more South African trends coming in, but Lakers taking over Twitter this morning. Okay, let's quickly take a break. We'll see you after this. Sakina in conversation.